What's really fascinating is you've got millions and millions and millions of people online. They're all looking for a place to go. You can make a really good business with only a fraction of those people. A really good business.
I live in Brooklyn. I like to read the Brooklyn Record. It gives a bunch of different local issues going on. I read other blogs sometimes as far as seeing like what people are buzzing about, like Brooklyn Vegan, Cook Machine Glow, Stereo Gum.
It's fairly common for bloggers to make a living. To actually make a living. For single humans to sit in their apartments somewhere opining about whatever the hell they want. If they're any good at it, they can make not only a living, they can make a really good living.
Before the 1940s, newspaper readership generally followed the U.S. population growth. With the advent of television in the 40s, the number of subscriptions waned.
I covered the media for many, many years, and people kept saying, oh, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. It manifestly did not fall, but now it is.
And in the 1990s, with more media than ever available to customers, newspaper subscriptions declined.
Pretty tough time to be running a newspaper. A really difficult math problem to solve.
All they've been doing is wringing their hands and playing the victim in this game. And it's because most of these places are run as oligarchies. So you've got old people calling the shots, and they don't really, they're not asking the right questions by and large.
The media landscape has changed. We need to respond, and we need to be part of that change in a proactive way. Otherwise, you're going to have the change done to you, and then you're just going to be a victim of it.
Newspapers are so used to dictating down and looking down on the people that they cover. The orientation just needs to really be changed.
Will a big organization like ours or others be nimble enough to adapt, go forward, and find a business model going forward?
Since we started giving Business 2.0 away for free online in January, my subscriptions have gone up 300% online. That's good. That's really good. Now why, you might say, are people who are finding this thing online for free going out to subscribe to it? Because they found a club. And when you find a club, you want to cloak yourself in it. You want to touch it. You want to be a part of it. That's why magazines are so cool. You get to hold on to it forever. It doesn't disappear into the ether. It has some subliminal attraction.
I think there's a lot of applications for sort of quality commentary and annotation from an organization like ours.
There's definitely a value in a world where everyone is entitled to have and express an opinion in the so-called native brush, somebody who's not schooled in any way, shape, or form. But that said, the skill of packaging, the skill of ferreting out the truth, the skill of communicating articulately and intelligently with a minimum of words is something that can be taught and can be learned.
When they said, we would like you to blog for the New York Times, I just thought, well, that's kind of like making an elephant dance. And some of it, yeah, feels a little silly and feels a little weird. But if you look at our blogs, for instance, it's freaky. Like, we did a World Cup blog. World Cup is a televised event, so we thought we'd have sort of companion activity before it and after. No. In a broadband, always-on world, people watch the World Cup with their laptops open.
The ability to collect information and package information and deliver it is one of the highest prized skills on the planet right now.
It's so polarized, at least on political matters in the blogosphere, that there's still a lot of value in mainstream reporting.
I mean, media is just communication. It's a natural human thing. It's not like it's going to go away.
You can't annotate and aggregate data that is not there. And if we get in a place where all we're doing is aggregating existing content without much in the way of serious investment of reporting, what you're dealing with is government handouts, corporate handouts that go direct to consumers without much in the way of reporting. I think that's a very dire circumstance.
There are more people consuming what we all do in this room than ever before.
Edited, closely monitored, careful content that is as efficacious as we can be. I think it is so much more important than it has ever been. And this whole wild frontier of information just wants to be free. It also wants to be wrong. It also wants to be driven with agenda. It also wants to further corporate interests without the interruption of, with all sorts of reporting. So yeah, I think there's a significant role for it going forward.
I don't think that it has to be an either or. I think it's going to be a situation where they will constantly be in play with each other, complementing each other, fighting each other, but not permanently in a way that only one or the other will survive.
It pulled down those final walls and allowed the text to be annotated, corrected, and criticized by the very people it purported to cover. And I think is really going to help to save media, not destroy it.